Hello there, and I'm Dark Raven. This is Dark Raven Plays Games. Tradition. That was said new a second ago, so I don't know what these are. Well, I'll check them out, maybe. But if you remember last time, I thought I completed the game and I was completely wrong. But it was 8 o'clock, that's all I know. So, this is part number 5.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and by now you may have realised that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. You see, everyone who comes to the Institute does so because they feel that they are no longer in control of something important to them. But more often than not, the problem is not that the problems we face can't be solved. The problem is that we become so afraid of failure that we refuse to see our problems from a new perspective. And so, we do the same things again and again and again. And therein, of course, we find exactly the failure we were looking for.
So, I'm taking a guess, I may be near the end of the game. I'll laugh if this is the ending and this is going to be like a 5-minute episode now.
Your life will always be a struggle, and you will always have problems. But today, you have the chance to see things differently. Even though it meant facing obstacles that seemed impossible at first, you thought outside the box and you overcame them. Because you saw things from every angle, you understood them for what they really were. Because you kept moving forward, no matter how far off the path you were told you were headed, or how unexpected
The whole bit,
it became,
I hated that bit.
you found your way.
Oh
In a
dear.
few minutes, you'll be back in the real world, and some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. All you've got to do is wake up.
Oh, this is going to be the shortest episode. Oh dear. I can't believe it. So, this is going to be the shortest episode on the game I've ever done by the looks of it. This is faster than my Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda one. Oh dear. Well, at least we can enjoy some pretty groovy music in the background, I guess. So, if you're wondering, actually, this could be a really good time just to get to know a tiny bit about me now. So, my channel. It started in January. Not January. July last year, to be fair. And been doing it since, fairly. Did some live stuff, did Breath of the Wild live, which I enjoyed doing. Not Breath of the Wild. Oh. You know what? I should really write stuff down and not cut these kind of bits up. So I did Age of Calamity live I did some Among Us live as well. I had quite a lot of fun with that. I should really get back into that, to be honest. What kind of games do I play? Pretty much anything. Sometimes I do get a little bit bored of some games. I did Freako Apocalypse, which was an alright game. I'm not saying it's going to be the best game in the world. It really isn't, but it's far from it. But I just persevered with it just because I started it, and there's no point starting something without finishing it. I'm saying that having probably not finished my Pokemon run because I completely forgot about it, to be honest. That's me just being dumb. Games I like playing, I love my retro stuff, I'm quite an old lad, so I play Master System games first, and then actually, Master System and Game Boy were like my two first consoles I ever owned, and then I kind of got up to Super Nintendo and just worked my way up from there. Am I going to probably play some different consoles? Well, I played the Switch. I am planning to do some PlayStation 3 games now, and some PlayStation 4 as well. I was actually going to do some Ninja Gaiden for the PlayStation 3. However, it's getting re-released. So I'm going to wait for that and crack on with that, to be fair. That's probably going to be one of my next series. I'm going to get my Batman finished, that's for certain. I still need to do Origins and Arkham Knight. They were quite good, I enjoyed them. And I just like playing along with different games. I like my horror as well. I've been doing the Resident Evil 7 live quite lately, and that's just been a fantastic game. Scared the shit out of me, to be fair, but it's still fantastic. But nevertheless, I'm just going to keep ploughing along. Now, I know my follow base is not exactly high at the moment, but things change over time. So some people might ask, why do I keep carrying on with such a low subscriber count? Well, to be fair, I enjoy gaming anyway, and if I can, even if it's one person that watches it and enjoys it, then I've accomplished what I wanted. Somebody's enjoyed the content, basically. Even if it's just one person, I'm happy. It's not about numbers at the day. It's just about doing something I enjoy doing. But I am, at the same time, kind of desperate for a few numbers as well, because I want to start doing charity games and charity runs and playthroughs, and the more people I have for that, I think the more people can donate to a good cause as well. So that's something I am quite looking forward to doing, if I've not done it already by the time you've seen this recording. But it's a lot of fun. So another reason is probably why I do this. My avatar. Really explain my avatar. So my avatar is a raccoon. Now, the reason I don't use my real face in gaming is because I like to keep my reality and my gaming a non-reality. That's the best way of putting it. So my reality in working life, everything like that, it ranges. It can be really happy moments right from to very, very sad and upsetting and stressful situations that I have to deal with. And it might sound like I'm talking about personal things. It's not. I deal with some very, very horrible people in my life, and that's my job, and I've got to help a lot of vulnerable people as well from these horrible people. So some of you might be able to guess what I do for a living. Some of you might not think, what the hell are you talking about? If you know, you know. That's the best way of putting it. And obviously I can't say anything because policy dictates that I'm not allowed to discuss my job and my role and stuff like that, and I'm not allowed to have an opinion about that as well. But that's the reality of what I do. So gaming for me is kind of getting away from that reality, and so I use my avatar, which is a raccoon. I don't know why I chose a raccoon. I just think it would just I don't know. I've tried a few, and this one seems to, able to relate to me a little bit. Suspicious little creature. Kind of like me, really. I'm a bit suspicious. So, what else can I think? A few things that people have asked me. What do I enjoy more? Modern games, retro-y games, or the in-betweens type of thing, kind of like 2000s. I like my retro games, don't get me wrong, I really love them. It just takes a bit of time to do them and get used. It sounds daft, I find retro games a lot harder now than I did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to just Master System, used to play with my friends Mega Drive a little bit as well. Super Nintendo, you know, I used to just absolutely boss the games like they were nothing. Some of the games I've tried, which I haven't played for probably about 25 years, 25 years-ish, and I play some of these games and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then I go on some PC games and they're far more simple than what these old generation consoles are, and I'm like, it's weird. Love glitches on old classic games, you know, when you can do weird, bizarre things. A little bit out of touch with it at the moment, so I'm hoping to start doing that. I did try to do a Sonic the Hedgehog 1 run on the Genesis, a complete glitch run, and because I did it with the Genesis collection, I could not for the life do them, and I don't know whether that's because the games are running at 60 frames per second, whereas the old Master System ran them at 30, and also the hardware console for that, the games sound slower. Now, if you're not saying that though, I did with Sonic 1 run on the Genesis collection, but if you watch a comparison, so watch me Ninja Gaiden get a Master System one and watch the Sonic Genesis one. Now, they're completely different games, but listen to the audio, and the audio sounds really slow. And if you find another run of Ninja Gaiden which has been done on an emulator, the music, the pace in the game's a lot faster because it's running at high frame rates, which is not designed for that game. Makes the game run smoother though, I'll give it that, but it's completely different level. So I think that's where the issues were with my glitch runs, because I wasn't doing it on hardware, I was doing it on essentially a PC from a Genesis collection. It just, I could not do any of the glitches. Struggles and even Marble's own second act of Sonic, I just couldn't, not for the life of me, do it. So I will try it again, no less. I still need to do Sonic 3 as well. I haven't done that yet, I don't think. So, well, to be fair, by this time comes out, hopefully I will have done. But if not, it will be coming. It will be coming, as well as other classics as well. Let me think. What else? Mobile games. Now, don't get me wrong. Some mobile games I do like. Basically, I'm just referring to what people's, you know, my friends groups ask me. So, why haven't I done mobile games yet? Mobile games is kind of a bit marmite for me. One, I need the attention span to play mobile games on such a small screen, and it's quite frustrating for me to just play on a small screen and, you know, your fingers on the screen all the time, and it's not my type of game style I play. And also the content of the games, I don't find them exciting enough, you know. And they always seem to be very, very loot boxy, or paid to level up, or, you know, you got to pay for advantages on the game, and it's a little bit frustrating for me, that, and I can't buy into something like that, and I hate it. So there was a God, it must have been a lot of years ago. I think it was called Xenonia or something like that. It was a RPG game, and that, I will give its due, was absolutely amazing, and there was no additional purchase back in the day for that. This is really showing my age if you know that game as well. I have been trying to get my 3DS to work through capturing, and I cannot live get the capture gear for it. Doesn't exist anymore, so That's going to be probably emulation at some point, but even then it's difficult because the games I want to play in that are all touchscreen games, and trying to do that with a mouse is hard. So I will figure something out. Maybe something on a tablet, probably. Use that as like a graphics tablet with a screen on it and do it that way round. God, I'm just talking a load of nonsense now. See, only reason I'm doing this is because I'm expecting this game to be about 30 minutes, and for some strange reason I decided on the last episode just to finish it, try and make these half-an-hour episode, and caught up. So that proves kind of I've never played this game before, because I didn't even know I was near the ending. I kind of guessed I was very close, not that far off, but it is what it is. Setup wise, a lot of people ask about my setup. So I've on 2 monitors. That's probably the easiest way to start off. So my main monitor is a 4K 43-inch monitor to play my games all on that, as well as when I do me capturing for me consoles as well. So capture card wise, I use the Elgato 4K Pro, which is a PCIe card. Decent card, it does capture games beautifully. For the console side of it, so anything the Nintendo Switch, the Master System, Mega Drive, anything that's retro and the Switch, I use I think it's a Marcella? I think it's called Marcella. HDMI upscaler lead, as well as using the 4K Pro, and you know what, it actually does work. It does kind of like a pre-edited listen with the games, and the quality is quite a bit better. So console wise, it does that. PC gaming wise, graphics card wise, 2 1080 Ti's, which I know this day and age is still an old card, but phenomenal. 2 of them together SLI is absolutely brilliant. It does the job perfectly, and you use one of the cards for rendering or both water cooled, overclocked of course. Motherboard wise, MSI Creation. This is a 570X motherboard, which has a Ryzen 9 3950X processor. Great for the multitasking side of it. You know what, and not so bad on gaming as well. It does that really well, and it does deal with the SLI quite decently. Using solid state M2 drives, hard drives inside the motherboard to catch my videos. Obviously that makes things a little bit fast. Me little avatar, that little guy's running on animes. It's jittery. That's a little issue with this game, and I don't know. So I'm looking at my screen and it's not too bad. Sometimes it does jitter. Future plans wise, because at the moment with this setup, I'm playing games at 2K when I can actually play them at 4, running them over at 60 frames per second as well. So my plan is kind of future wise is to get a secondary laptop, which sounds daft, but there is method in my madness. Laptop, 4K capture card, USB 3, and use that as my capturing system for my PC gaming in the future. So quality will increase, help with the streams, everything like that as well. What I use for software wise, OBS and the Elgato Stream Deck app as well. I don't have a Stream Deck physically. I have a Android tablet which works as a 15-key Stream Deck assignable. So I use all that. Microphone headset wise, microphone I use the Razer Siren Elite, and I kid you not, one of the best microphones I've ever used. It's the older version of the Elite, not the newer one. So the difference between is the older version has a little LCD screen on it, and the microphones is at the top and the bottom, and you can preset the microphone to work in different directions. So it either works in front of you, or it can work from behind, it can work forward, 2-directional, 3-directional. So it's pretty good at not catching the surrounding noises around, like my keyboard, mechanical keyboard I use. The mouse uses a Razer Naga Trinity, so depending on what game I play, I can use that. Headset wise, Navi Ultimate, that's what I've got. Again, another Razer product. Fantastic audio quality is probably the best way of doing it. And I do have a Razer gaming kind of one-hand keypad. I got that for a reason, actually. That was a comical thing that went kind of terrible for me. I broke my wrist, so and this is back. This is when I mentioned about my job. I can't really go into detail about it. It's a shame, really. Easiest way to put it is saving somebody's life. Broke my wrist. That's the easiest way to put it. It sounds a lot more better than it actually was. In truth, I fell over, slipped on some diesel, broke my wrist, and it's basically destroyed the bone and the rotator cuff part. So I've had a metal plate installed, 8 screws. It's kind of annoying, but it has happened. But nevertheless, when I did fall and break it, strapped it up with a belt and still saved the person, so we're all right. I didn't realise I broke it until after all that. I mean, adrenaline ran down, and ever since I've been kind of doing light duties and dealing with things paperwork wise for quite a while since September, to be fair. So I bought my single hand razor keyboard, which helped, especially with keeping my fingers in a certain position. But you know, life is such, and it happens. I'm really sorry if I am actually boring most of you, you know, but you know, I don't think you watch a lot of content streamers and they don't really talk about themselves as much, and I think it'd be nice, you know, you don't know me, and it's nice to get to know a little bit about me, even if you don't see my face and know my name. Well, you probably know my name's Richard from a lot of the videos, so there's a Richard in there, but who am I? With that description, if somebody watched this, they'll know who I am, which is always funny. My friends are decent, so they said they'll never ever tell anybody who I, you know, that I do this, and same with my work colleagues, that they don't know who I am, but it's good. It's good. Why the secrecy? It's all to do around my job. That's why there's a lot of secrecy behind what I do and who I am. Gee, this is brilliant. What else can I tell you all about? Well, you know myself. It's a decent self, you know what I do, what I get up to. There's not really much more I can tell. So that's it, really. Oh yeah, editing software, hit film. That's another thing. That's if I want to do my compilations and stuff like that. These are just hit film. I got it quite a few years ago. License was absolutely cheap as chips, about £14 to £19. So you know I'm British now. I said pounds, not dollars. Detective skills. Could that be another clue? Who knows? So that's I got that because it does really well, to be fair. Advice wise for recording and streaming and stuff like that. So if you do record using OBS, always use MKV and the file format. Couple of reasons why. First of all, the quality of it's decent. The encoder on it is better than what MP4 is, and it helps when things go wrong as well. So what could go wrong when you record an MKV? Before I got my two 1080 Ti's, I had HD7990 card, which is quite an old card, but it did really well for a lot of years. And unfortunately, it crashed a lot. So when I started doing this back in July last year, that's what card I had. And some games, it black screen, cause issues, and you're recording and you didn't want to kind of stop, and you wanted to get the game carried on, and it's awful because rather than having to get to a save zone and then having to go back on yourself just so you can redo that whole thing. So imagine half an hour gaming, your PC cutting off because of graphics card, and you're thinking, God, I need to do that half an hour again. MKV is really good for that, but because once it cut off, it always brought itself back, so you could always replay it, and it kept itself up to date consistently while you're recording, so you never lost a recording. Now if you did that on MP4 or FLV and it cut off, the video becomes corrupted, and unfortunately that's gone. It doesn't work, or you might get 5 minutes off it at best. So MKV is the way forward. Unfortunately with HitFilm, it doesn't accept MKV. You have to transform that into either AVI, MP4, FLV, whatever's the choice really you want to do. So for editing, then I use the converting software. Oh no, you got me thinking. What converting software do I use? WinX HD video codec software I use. So I use WinX HD, which is a fantastic conversion software. So I use that to convert the files if I want to edit. Now, mainly I always try to do these videos in a oneer, so this is where the Elgato Stream Deck comes in handy. So I'll record a video, have me little standby screen on, and then I just switch it over, do the game, finish the recording. So you might notice in recordings I might make mistakes in words, but to me I'd rather do that than edit it out and then change it, because one, it takes a lot of time to do it, and secondly, I'm human, and I think with a lot of streamers they don't have that little human element where things do go wrong. Unfortunately, yeah, it goes wrong. Sometimes I make errors in what I say. It is what it is, and I'd rather be that kind of person where you get to see my little flaws, my little mistakes, because at the day it just shows me he's more human than what other people are. I'm a bit, don't get me wrong, I do like to perfect certain things, but at the same time I don't want to have this having to be so perfect with everything. So I'd rather have my little mistakes. End of the day, that's what we do in life, you know, we all make mistakes. So you know what, I've managed to do this whole video, so 26 minutes worth of video I'm in now, which is pretty decent. So I think that's enough about me and what I do. It's just better than a 5-minute episode and then me going bye. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed getting knowing a little bit more about me. Now, don't forget, share with your family, share with your friends. As mentioned earlier, I really want to do some charity streams, so those shares and those getting people to join, whatever, you know, that'd help me a lot. I'm not trying to bait for trying to get more subscribers and viewers. Even if you just, when you see, you know, if you're already a follower, already subscribing, you see that day when I say, right, I'm going to be doing a charity stream, just get that out there. I'm not bothered about you to getting people to follow me. I just want that day to come when I'm doing that live stream, that viewer number to be massively high, so I can go, right, this is the number we're on. I'm going to have a live donation system going on it as well when that happens, so when people are putting money into it, we can see the numbers go up. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to hopefully save a nice game for that. I'm thinking, I keep talking about, and I mean, you might have seen a lot of videos of me mention Ori and the Blind Forest and Will of Wisps. I think that's going to be the one I'm going to be saving it for a few reasons. One, it's a really beautiful game. I will probably die a lot on it, and you'll see me in all my moods, happy, angry, and moments where I'll go yes type of thing. So, and where I get moments of stress, that, or a really big horror game where you'll see my heart rate shoot up and down, left, right, or whatever. And I hope my heart rate does shoot left or right, Jesus Christ. No, that's it really. So don't forget, just keep an eye out on mainly my Facebook page. That will be on. That will mention when I'm going to be doing that charity streams. I am looking to it. Charity wise, I'm going to go for MND, mutant neuron disease. That's the one that's closest to my heart. Now, some people might watch this, and if you follow in a certain circle, you might start to know who I am. Don't put my name down if you do. But nevertheless, thank you again for watching, and thank you for listening if you're still watching anyway. So, take it easy, enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family, and last but not least, keep on gaming and stay safe. Thanks again, and see you later.